In today's fast-paced, technology-driven society, it's common to become consumed by the constant desire for more possessions, more achievements, and more busyness. However, amidst our relentless pursuit, we frequently overlook the significance of the present moment. Here is where the timeless wisdom of Zen comes in, providing a path to a more mindful, uncomplicated, and satisfying life. The essence of Zen teachings revolves around the practice of releasing attachments, expectations, and the constant urge to do more. By adopting this mindset, we can start to develop a feeling of tranquility and satisfaction, liberating ourselves from the burden of perpetual busyness. Imagine a life where you're not always in a hurry, but instead appreciating every moment with mindfulness and gratitude. Simplifying our lives is essential for truly living in the present. This involves decluttering our physical spaces and clearing our minds. When we prioritize what truly matters, meaningful connections, creative pursuits, and a deeper appreciation for the natural world around us. By reducing our dependence on material possessions and embracing a minimalist mindset, we create space for a more fulfilling life. Instead of wasting time staring at screens or mindlessly consuming, Zen teaches us to participate in activities that feed our souls. One option is to take a relaxing stroll outdoors, immerse ourselves in a captivating book, or find tranquility by sitting quietly and giving our minds and bodies a chance to unwind. In addition, Zen teachings encourage us to appreciate the beauty and fleeting nature of every moment. Instead of getting caught up in the past or worrying about the future, we can learn to fully enjoy the present moment by appreciating the little things in life, like feeling the sun on our faces, smelling freshly brewed tea, or sharing laughter with loved ones. Lesson 1. Less TV, more pages to ignite. Amidst the overwhelming presence of screens in our daily lives, picking up a book has emerged as a powerful act of self-care. Although mindlessly watching television may be tempting, there is a certain richness that comes from immersing oneself in the pages of a captivating story or thought. Provoking non-fiction work. Books have a special ability to spark our imaginations and encourage us to think actively, which is something that watching TV passively cannot replicate. Exploring the written word takes us on a journey of discovery, where we encounter familiar and foreign worlds and gain insights into the human experience through diverse characters and perspectives. Books provide a raw and authentic look into the intricacies of life, unlike the carefully selected portrayal often found on television. They encourage us to reflect on deep questions, wrestle with ethical dilemmas, and expand our capacity for empathy and comprehension. By doing this, they can completely change our perspective on ourselves and the world, promoting personal development and curiosity. In addition, reading helps foster mindfulness and presence, which can be rare in today's fast-paced and distraction-filled world of television. When we dive into a book, our minds become completely engaged, our thoughts fixated on the unfolding story or the presented ideas. This deliberate interaction not only improves our capacity to remember and comprehend information, but also offers a break from the overwhelming influx of stimuli that defines contemporary existence. In addition to its intellectual and emotional benefits, reading also provides a special source of solace and comfort. Books provide a comforting refuge from the demands of everyday life, transporting us to worlds of imagination and excitement. Whether you're curled up in a cozy armchair or lounging in a quiet park, the act of turning pages becomes a cherished ritual, a moment of stillness amidst the chaos of the world. Lesson 2. Less shopping, more wandering nature's light. In today's society, where consumerism and the constant desire for material possessions reign supreme, there is an increasing desire to rediscover the joys of the natural world. Instead of wasting time in shopping malls or browsing online catalogs, we can appreciate the beauty and rejuvenating power of nature by simply taking a walk outside. Exploring the beauty of nature has numerous advantages for our overall health and happiness. Nature's beauty, with its fresh air, rustling leaves, and vibrant colors, has a calming effect on our souls and helps quiet our busy minds. As we explore nature's paths or enjoy the sun's warmth, we are reminded of the simple and beautiful world around us. It's a refreshing contrast to the temporary appeal of material possessions. Nature presents us with a world that follows its own natural rhythms and cycles, unaffected by the fast pace of modern society. Connecting with the natural world helps us stay present and let go of past burdens and future worries. Every step we take is an opportunity to appreciate the beauty of nature. From the delicate petals of a wildflower to the graceful flight of a bird. In addition to the mental and emotional benefits, spending time in nature's light also provides physical advantages. Enjoying a leisurely walk in a nearby park or embarking on an exciting hike along a mountain trail can offer exercise and the chance to breathe in fresh air and soak up sunlight. These activities are important for maintaining a healthy lifestyle. In addition, immersing oneself in nature helps cultivate a greater understanding of the interdependence of all living beings and the fragile equilibrium that supports our Earth. As we observe the complex ecosystems and the processes of life, we are reminded of our own position in the grand scheme of existence, fostering a feeling of respect and appreciation for the natural world. Opting to explore the beauty of nature is a powerful way to take care of oneself and the environment in a world that often values material possessions and excessive consumption. By appreciating and connecting with the natural world, we not only enhance our own happiness, but also play a part in protecting the environments that bring us peace and happiness. Let's step away from the hustle and bustle of shopping malls and online stores and embrace the beauty of nature's radiant light. Lesson 3. Less clutter, more space to breathe and embrace. Decluttering our living spaces can greatly improve our well-being. Having too many unnecessary items in our homes can cause stress and visual clutter, leading to a feeling of disorganization and chaos. When we release the items we no longer need or use, we make room for a peaceful and clear environment. These open spaces provide a peaceful escape where we can relax, unwind, and enjoy the freedom of being unburdened by material possessions. Decluttering goes beyond just the physical realm. It's also about freeing your mind and emotions. It can be difficult to fully embrace the present moment when our minds are filled with worries, regrets, and the constant chatter of to-do list. When we clear our minds and release unnecessary thoughts, we make room for mindfulness, gratitude, and a greater appreciation of the little joys in life. In this new space, we can appreciate the tranquility and quietness, enabling us to fully tune in to our own breathing and the gentle sounds of nature. We can appreciate the comforting feeling of a cup of tea, the delightful scent of freshly cut flowers, or the tender touch of a loved one's embrace, moments that are often overlooked in our busy lives. In addition, when we create space, we open the door to possibilities for personal growth, unleashing our creativity and uncovering new aspects of ourselves. Having a clean and organized environment can help us be more receptive to fresh ideas, different viewpoints, and exciting opportunities. We can delve into our interests, develop our skills, and foster a stronger bond with our true selves, unburdened by the distractions of material possessions. Adopting a lifestyle with less clutter isn't about depriving yourself or living like an ascetic. Instead, it's a deliberate decision to focus on what really matters. It is a path that leads to a simpler, more mindful way of living and a greater appreciation for the beauty of the present moment. Let's simplify our spaces, our thoughts, and our spirits, making space to relax, to appreciate, and to truly enjoy the wonders that life brings. Lesson 4. Less rush, more slowing life's hectic pace. Many people today mistakenly believe that being busy all the time is a sign of being productive and successful. We often find ourselves overwhelmed with a packed schedule, constantly juggling multiple tasks and rarely allowing ourselves a moment to simply relax and take a breath. However, constantly being in a rush can result in burnout, reduced concentration, and an overall feeling of discontentment with life. Slowing down on purpose helps us embrace mindfulness so we can fully experience and savor the beauty and abundance around us. Taking a step back doesn't mean giving up on our responsibilities or commitments. Instead, it's about tackling them with purpose and being fully present. By taking our time and fully immersing ourselves in tasks and interactions, we can appreciate the process and find happiness in the journey. Whether you're cooking a healthy meal, having a heartfelt chat with someone you care about, or enjoying a relaxed stroll, these moments of calm and mindfulness can greatly enhance our lives. In addition, taking the time to slow down enables us to develop a stronger bond with ourselves and the environment. By adopting a more mindful pace, we can better connect with the subtle rhythms of nature, the ever-changing seasons, and the natural cycles of life. This connection helps us stay connected to the present moment and reminds us of our role in the larger interconnectedness of life. It encourages us to approach the world with humility and respect. Slowing down in a society that values busyness and constant productivity can be a powerful way to take care of yourself and push back against the overwhelming demands of modern life. Embracing a mindful pace allows us to prioritize our physical and mental well-being and make room for stronger connections, creativity, and personal growth. Let's make a conscious decision to take things slow, appreciate every moment, and fully embrace the fulfillment that comes from living a life centered on being present and intentional. Lesson 5. Less consuming, more creating with pride. Consumption can be alluring, offering temporary satisfaction and a fleeting sense of novelty. We are constantly bombarded with messages that urge us to acquire more, always in pursuit of the newest gadgets, fashion trends, or experiences. Yet, this repetitive pattern of consumption often leaves us with a sense of emptiness and dissatisfaction. The initial excitement of owning something new quickly diminishes, leaving us longing for the next enticing item. On the other hand, engaging in creative activities such as art, music, writing, cooking, gardening, or any other form of self-expression can provide a deep sense of purpose and significance. Engaging in the creative process allows us to access our natural ability for innovation, problem-solving, and self-discovery. We can actively shape our reality instead of just consuming it passively. There is a certain level of personal fulfillment that comes from creating something using our own hands or minds. We have the opportunity to make our mark on the world, showcasing our individuality and sharing our perspectives with others. The satisfaction of turning an idea into reality or creating something beautiful from scratch is incomparable to any temporary thrill of buying something. In addition, engaging in the act of creation helps cultivate a state of mindfulness and being fully present. When we are completely engaged in the creative process, our minds become laser focused and our attention is solely on the task at hand. We are able to fully immerse ourselves in the present moment, unburdened by the distractions and concerns of everyday life. This state of mind allows our creativity to flourish without hindrance. In addition to the personal advantages, adopting a culture of creation instead of consumption also has wider societal and environmental implications. By focusing on creating and sharing art, knowledge, and sustainable practices, we can build a stronger and more connected community. We can decrease our dependence on disposable goods and help create a more circular economy, where resources are appreciated and reused instead of being thrown away. Creating in a world that often values consumerism and material wealth is a bold form of self-expression and a strong statement against the norm. It serves as a reminder that genuine satisfaction and a sense of accomplishment stem not from our material possessions, but from the meaningful impact we make on the world with our individual skills and interests. Let's appreciate the joy of creating and celebrate the beauty and significance that arise when we bring something new into existence. Lesson 6. Less junk, more wholesome meals to abide. Junk food is appealing because it's easy to find, cheap, and seems convenient. Many times we end up choosing these highly processed, nutrient-poor options when our schedules get busy, thinking that they are a necessary compromise. However, the consequences of these choices go beyond the immediate gratification they offer. Consuming junk food can have negative effects on our physical well-being, leading to various chronic ailments and draining our energy levels. On the other hand, nutritious meals made with fresh, nutrient-rich ingredients provide numerous advantages for our physical and mental well-being. When we eat whole foods, our bodies receive the essential nutrients, vitamins, and minerals they require to operate at their best. All of these benefits can contribute to a more fulfilling and balanced life. They include improved energy levels, better sleep, and a strengthened immune system. Embracing wholesome meals goes beyond just the physical benefits. It also helps foster a deeper connection to the natural world and the cycles of life. By consciously opting for food from local farmers, growers, and purveyors, we can contribute to sustainable agricultural practices and minimize our impact on the environment. We actively engage in the food system, developing a deep sense of gratitude and appreciation for the hard work and resources involved in producing our food. In addition, the process of preparing and sharing nutritious meals can foster a strong sense of community and allow for cultural expression. Sharing a meal with family and friends fosters connections and allows for the sharing of stories and cherished family recipes that have been passed down for generations. In a fast-paced world that values efficiency and convenience, these precious moments of nourishment and togetherness serve as meaningful rituals that connect us to our shared humanity. Choosing nutritious meals over junk food is a wise decision that benefits our long-term health and the environment. Choosing to nourish ourselves with whole, nutrient-dense foods has benefits that extend beyond just fueling our bodies and minds. It also helps create a more sustainable and interconnected world. Let's appreciate the happiness and nourishment that comes from enjoying healthy meals and celebrating the variety of cultures and traditions that unite us at mealtime. Lesson 7. Less busy work, more impact to flavor. Busy work can be tempting with its perceived productivity and false sense of progress. We often trick ourselves into believing that completing tasks on our never-ending to-do lists is a sign of accomplishment, even if those tasks are merely a way to avoid the important work. Nevertheless, the perpetual state of being busy can result in burnout, reduced creativity, and an overall feeling of discontentment with life. On the other hand, if we want to make a meaningful impact and add excitement to our lives, we need to take a moment to reflect on what truly matters. It involves recognizing the things in life that genuinely bring us happiness, satisfaction, and a feeling of meaning. By making a deliberate choice to invest our time and energy in these areas, we not only contribute to something bigger, but also find more satisfaction and meaning. Shifting our focus from busy work to impact allows us to explore new possibilities and engage in creative endeavors. We develop a greater understanding of the needs of our communities, our planet, and the people around us. Our work goes beyond just checking boxes. We strive to make a positive impact and leave a lasting legacy that reaches beyond our own lives. Adding flavor to our lives involves embracing the wide range of experiences that life has to offer. It's all about discovering new adventures, immersing ourselves in diverse cultures and viewpoints, and participating in activities that push us to learn and broaden our horizons. When we approach life with curiosity and an open mind, our days become more vibrant and exciting, surpassing the mundane tasks that can't compare. Amidst a society that values being busy and always being productive, making the decision to prioritize impact and enjoyment is a powerful way to take care of oneself and be present in the moment. It serves as a reminder that finding true fulfillment doesn't come from constantly chasing after tasks, but rather from purposefully nurturing meaning, purpose, and joy. Let's say goodbye to the never-ending cycle of mundane tasks and welcome a life that is meaningful and fulfilling. A life that brings joy to our hearts and makes a positive difference in the world. Lesson 8. Less driving, more walking to truly see. Driving isolates us from the world around us, shielding us from the sensory experiences of our surroundings. We often prioritize getting through traffic and reaching our destination quickly, seldom pausing to fully appreciate and take in the intricacies of the world around us. On the other hand, walking enables us to completely engage with our environment. As we take each step, we grow more in tune with the rhythms of the city or the natural landscapes we explore. We appreciate the detailed architecture, the beautiful colors of flowers, and the quiet movements of wildlife that are often overlooked when driving. Walking provides a special chance to practice mindfulness and reflect on oneself. When we're not bombarded by technology or the demands of driving, our minds can freely explore and fully embrace the present moment. We develop a deeper understanding of our thoughts, emotions, and our role in the vast interconnectedness of life around us. In addition, walking is a gentle yet effective type of exercise that provides a wide range of physical and mental health advantages. Regular walks have numerous benefits for our health and well-being. They improve cardiovascular fitness, reduce stress levels, and promote emotional balance. Embracing a more pedestrian lifestyle not only has personal benefits, but also contributes to the creation of more sustainable and livable communities. When we decrease our dependence on cars and fossil fuels, we help reduce our carbon footprint and create cleaner air and healthier environments for everyone. Walking is a powerful way to prioritize self-care and connection in a fast-paced world. It serves as a gentle reminder that genuine understanding and gratitude are not achieved by rushing through life, but by taking the time to appreciate and fully immerse ourselves in the diverse range of experiences that surround us. Let's put on our shoes, go outside, and appreciate the happiness and exploration that comes from observing our surroundings as pedestrians. Lesson 9. Less noise, more solitude's tranquility. The allure of modern life lies in its ability to offer constant connection and stimulation. We often convince ourselves that it is essential to be constantly connected in order to be productive, engage socially, and stay informed. However, constantly being bombarded by external noise can have a negative impact on our mental and emotional well-being. It can leave us feeling exhausted, anxious, and unable to fully focus on the present moment. On the other hand, solitude provides a peaceful escape from the noise of the world, allowing us to listen to our own thoughts and connect with our deepest emotions. By deliberately taking a break from the chaos and embracing moments of peaceful reflection, we foster an atmosphere that promotes self-examination, innovation, and individual development. When we find ourselves alone, we can better connect with our breath, the sounds of nature, and our own thoughts. We achieve a clear understanding and a fresh outlook, enabling us to cut through the noise in our minds and concentrate on what is truly important. This sense of inner peace can be a strong catalyst for inspiration, igniting our creativity and creating a fertile environment for new ideas to thrive. In addition, solitude provides a break from the never-ending requests and pressures of society, enabling us to wholeheartedly embrace our true selves without any need for pretending or putting on a show. Within this realm of self-acceptance and vulnerability, we have the opportunity to face our fears, delve into our innermost desires, and develop a greater understanding of ourselves and our emotions. Embracing solitude's tranquility is a radical act of self-care and personal empowerment, offering a refreshing break from constant noise and connection. Remember that genuine contentment and inner tranquility stem from our own inner calm, rather than the external factors that surround us. Let's make room for solitude in our lives, appreciating the calming effect of quiet reflection and letting these peaceful moments refresh our spirits and help us gain a deeper self-awareness and perspective on the world. Lesson 10. Less focus on what's yet to arrive, more being content to simply alive. The future is undeniably captivating. Many of us have been taught to believe that happiness and fulfillment can be found in reaching our next milestone or achieving a specific goal. This constant pursuit can turn into a never-ending loop of pursuing dreams, leaving us always unsatisfied with the present and unable to fully appreciate the beauty and abundance of the present moment. Yet, by shifting our focus away from the future and fully embracing the present moment, we unlock a realm of awe and gratitude. We learn to appreciate the small joys that are all around us. The gentle touch of the sun on our skin, the sound of laughter from someone we care about, the delicate and captivating sight of a wildflower in full bloom. These ordinary moments become incredibly meaningful when we fully immerse ourselves in the present. Finding contentment in being alive is not about being complacent or lacking ambition. It is a deliberate decision to seek joy and fulfillment in the present journey rather than always waiting for a future destination. When we appreciate the beauty of life and the many blessings around us, we discover a source of contentment and inner peace that goes beyond what's happening around us. In addition, being completely focused and involved in the present moment allows us to be receptive to chances for personal development, forming relationships and exploring our true selves that we might have otherwise overlooked. We develop a greater understanding of the needs of others, open ourselves up to new ideas and perspectives, and become more accepting of the unexpected surprises that life brings. Amidst a society that values constant progress and success, embracing the simple act of being alive can be a powerful way to prioritize self-care and mindfulness. It serves as a gentle reminder that genuine satisfaction stems not from achieving something in the future, but from wholeheartedly embracing and appreciating the present moment, with all its magnificence, intricacy, and awe. Let's redirect our attention from the future and appreciate the simple joy of being alive. Let's fully embrace the present and find happiness in the journey. Lesson 11. Less work, more play to rejuvenate. Work has a strong appeal, offering us a sense of meaning, financial stability, and recognition from society. However, when work takes over our lives, it can leave us feeling exhausted, overwhelmed, and disconnected from the activities that bring us happiness and fulfillment. We often get caught up in our never-ending quest for productivity, causing us to overlook the small joys and unexpected moments that bring true meaning to life. On the other hand, play provides a strong remedy for the dullness and pressures of a life centered around work. Engaging in activities solely for the purpose of enjoyment and fun can tap into our creativity, curiosity, and childlike wonder, revitalizing our spirits and re-energizing us. There are various ways to engage in play, such as participating in physical activities like sports or outdoor adventures, or exploring artistic pursuits like painting, music, or creative writing. Play provides a valuable escape from our daily routines and work-related stress, allowing us to relax and recharge. In addition, playing helps to create a feeling of connection and belonging within a community. Whether we're participating in group activities or enjoying moments of laughter and joy with our loved ones, play fosters genuine human interaction and strengthens our bonds. These moments of collective play serve as a powerful reminder of the significance of social connections and the healing potential of shared experiences in a world that often values individualism and competition. In addition to the individual advantages, adopting a culture of play can also bring about positive impacts in the workplace. When people make it a point to maintain balance in their lives and engage in activities that help them recharge, they come back to their work feeling revitalized, full of energy, and ready to take on challenges with a fresh perspective and unwavering determination. Amidst a culture that values constant productivity, making play a priority is a powerful way to take care of yourself and assert your personal power. Remember that genuine fulfillment and well-being stem from finding a harmonious balance in our lives that supports our mental, physical, and spiritual needs. Let's fully embrace the joy and rejuvenation that come from play and rediscover the pure pleasures that make life truly fulfilling. It's important to prioritize our overall well-being and not let our pursuit of success overshadow it. Lesson 12. Less worry, more smiles to appreciate. Worry can be tempting, leading us to think that by fixating on possible issues and negative results, we are safeguarding ourselves or getting ready for the worst. However, in reality, excessive worrying often achieves very little besides stealing away our current moment and draining our energy and emotional well-being. On the other hand, adopting an attitude of gratitude helps us redirect our attention from the hypothetical and towards the many blessings that surround us daily. When we pause to appreciate the beauty of nature, the love and support of our loved ones, or the small joys of a warm meal or a good book, we open ourselves up to gratitude and joy. Smiles, those expressions of happiness and contentment, have the ability to change our perspective and bring joy to those around us. Choosing to approach life with a smile can have a positive and contagious effect on those around us. Smiles can help us connect with others and remind us of the joys in life. Furthermore, cultivating a positive outlook can greatly influence our mental and emotional health. When we shift our attention to the positive aspects of our lives, we can effectively combat the harmful impact of stress and anxiety. This, in turn, lowers the likelihood of experiencing depression and other mental health difficulties. This optimistic perspective can also enhance our ability to handle life's unavoidable obstacles and setbacks with poise and strength. Embracing appreciation and greeting the world with a smile can be a powerful act of self-care and personal empowerment. Even when the temptation to worry is present, remembering to focus on the present moment and appreciate the beauty and abundance around us can bring true happiness and fulfillment. Let's make a deliberate effort to redirect our attention from worry to appreciation. Take a moment to appreciate the blessings in our lives, even the small ones that may seem insignificant. Let's start each day, interact with others, and embrace new experiences with a sincere and friendly smile. It is through these small gestures of appreciation and happiness that we can discover the real abundance and significance of life. Lesson 13. Less synthetic, more authentic and whole. Many people are drawn to synthetic products because they are seen as efficient and readily available. Pre-packaged meals, synthetic fabrics, and chemically enhanced cosmetics provide a level of convenience that appeals to our busy lives. However, these synthetic alternatives frequently fall short in terms of providing the same nourishment and satisfaction as their natural counterparts. As a result, we may feel unfulfilled and disconnected from the true essence of being alive. On the other hand, when we embrace authenticity and wholeness, we can reconnect with the natural rhythms and cycles that sustain life on our planet. Opting for whole, unprocessed foods allows us to provide our bodies with the vital nutrients, vitamins, and minerals that are naturally intended for our well-being. Creating living spaces that are in harmony with the environment and promote sense of well-being can be achieved by surrounding ourselves with natural materials and products. In addition, embracing an authentic and fulfilling life strengthens our bond with our heritage, traditions, and personal identity. Exploring traditional practices, rituals, and artisanal crafts allows us to appreciate the depth of human experience and the timeless wisdom and beauty they embody. By embracing these genuine expressions, we not only pay tribute to our ancestors, but also help preserve these valuable legacies for future generations. Our relationships and personal growth are also characterized by authenticity and wholeness. Living with integrity and embracing our true selves allows us to form meaningful connections with others and develop a strong sense of self-acceptance. We gain a deeper understanding of our values, passions, and unique gifts, enabling us to make choices that resonate with our true selves and contribute to a purposeful and fulfilling life. Amidst a society that values convenience and mass production, opting for authenticity and wholeness is a powerful way to care for oneself and the environment. We choose to embrace the authentic, the genuine, and the uplifting, making a deliberate choice to steer clear of anything artificial. By doing this, we can nourish our bodies, minds, and souls, while also helping to preserve our planet and the diverse cultures that make our world so vibrant. Lesson 14. Less depletion, more nurturing the soul. Depletion can be deceptive, disguising itself as ambition, dedication, and a desire for personal development. We often believe that by pushing ourselves to our limits, sacrificing our time and energy, and constantly striving for more, we will find success and happiness. However, constantly striving for external achievements and seeking validation can often leave us feeling empty, disconnected from our authentic selves, and lacking the nourishment our souls truly desire. On the other hand, nurturing the soul requires intentionally making room for practices and experiences that nourish our spirits, helping us to re-establish a connection with our core values, passions, and our true selves. There are various ways to go about this. From pursuing creative activities such as art, music, or writing, to delving into spiritual or philosophical teachings, to simply immersing ourselves in nature and being fully present in the present moment. Understanding the importance of nurturing our souls allows us to access a deep well of wisdom, creativity, and inner strength that can help us navigate life's obstacles and uncertainties. We help people develop a better understanding of themselves and their emotions, allowing them to navigate their relationships, personal growth, and life's journey more effectively and authentically. In addition, taking care of our inner selves helps us develop a deep sense of thankfulness and admiration for the wonderful world we live in. As we nurture our souls, we become more in tune with the joys that life brings. The comforting hug of a loved one, the sweet melodies of birds singing, or the awe-inspiring beauty of a sunset. These moments of amazement and curiosity serve as a reminder of how everything in life is connected and our role within the grand scheme of existence. In a society that frequently values material success and seeking validation from others, making the decision to prioritize the well-being of your soul is a powerful form of self-care and personal empowerment. We choose to break free from the never-ending cycle of depletion and instead focus on practices and experiences that nourish our souls, enabling us to live with more authenticity, happiness, and a stronger sense of purpose. Lesson 15. Less hurry, more savoring each breath. The temptation to rush is alluring, offering us the promise of being more efficient, productive, and in control of our ever-growing list of tasks. We often believe that being in a constant state of motion and urgency is essential for success, for keeping up with the demands of modern life. Yet, in our relentless pursuit of hustle, we often lose touch with ourselves, our loved ones, and the beauty that surrounds us. On the other hand, taking the time to appreciate every breath allows us to escape the chaos of our hectic lives and enter a state of mindful consciousness. By directing our attention to the basic act of breathing, such as the gentle movement of our chests and the air passing through our nostrils, we can ground ourselves in the present moment. This allows us to find clarity and presence, even in the midst of chaos. Mindful breathing has a calming effect on the mind and soul, while also reminding us of the preciousness of life. Every breath we take is a remarkable phenomenon, showcasing the incredible complexity of our bodies and the profound interconnectedness of all living creatures. By appreciating these moments of breathing, we develop a feeling of thankfulness and respect for the amazing journey that has led us to this present moment. Lesson 16. Less mindless scrolling, more living. Mindless scrolling is undeniably alluring, providing a sense of escape and temporary relief from the pressures and obligations of everyday life. By simply tapping or swiping, we can easily dive into a continuous flow of information, images, and virtual interactions, causing us to lose touch with the present moment and the responsibilities of the real world. However, the excessive consumption of digital content often leaves us feeling unsatisfied, disconnected, and desiring more stimulation. We find ourselves stuck in a never-ending cycle of scrolling and discontent. On the other hand, adopting a mindful and attentive mindset encourages us to actively participate in our surroundings, appreciating the small joys and meaningful moments that life presents. By making a conscious effort to reduce mindless scrolling and prioritize meaningful activities, relationships, and personal growth, we can unlock a world of possibilities and personal fulfillment. Just think about all the amazing experiences we can have once we break free from mindlessly scrolling through our devices. We can appreciate the wonders of nature, admiring the delicate design of a spider's web or the vivid colors of a sunset. We can foster stronger bonds with our loved ones by having heartfelt conversations and making lasting memories that go beyond the fleeting nature of online interactions. Discovering new hobbies, acquiring fresh skills, and unleashing the limitless potential of our creativity and curiosity. In addition, when we reduce our mindless scrolling, we regain a valuable resource in life: time. We can transform the time we use to waste on mindless digital consumption into moments dedicated to self-care, personal growth, or fully enjoying the present without the constant distraction of our devices. Living in a world filled with constant digital distractions and pressure to always be connected, making the choice to live with intention and mindfulness is a powerful way to take care of ourselves and gain personal empowerment. Choosing to avoid mindlessly scrolling and instead fully embracing the present moment allows us to live our lives to the fullest. Lesson 17. Less comparison, more self-acceptance. Comparing ourselves to others can be tempting, as it offers a way to feel validated and assess our own achievements and value. We often find ourselves caught in the trap of comparing our appearance, achievements, and life choices to those of others. This constant evaluation is meant to help us identify areas where we can improve and work towards a standard of perfection that always seems just out of reach. Unfortunately, the desire to compare ourselves to others can sometimes have negative consequences. It can make us feel like our worth is dependent on things outside of our control, which can be harmful to our sense of self. On the other hand, self-acceptance encourages us to fully embrace who we are, including our strengths, vulnerabilities, quirks, and imperfections, without constantly seeking validation or comparing ourselves to others. It requires developing a strong and lasting appreciation for the diverse range of experiences, qualities, and perspectives that shape our individual identities. Practicing self-acceptance liberates us from societal pressures and others' definitions of success, enabling us to forge our own path and discover fulfillment on our own terms. In addition, embracing oneself promotes a deep sense of strength and understanding of emotions. When we fully embrace who we truly are, we gain the confidence to handle life's obstacles and setbacks with resilience and poise. We realize that our value doesn't depend on outside factors or what others think of us. We develop a deeper connection with our inner voices, values, and passions, allowing us to make choices that are in line with our authentic selves and contribute to a life filled with purpose and significance. Amidst a society that inundates us with unattainable standards and pressures us to compare ourselves to carefully constructed images, embracing self-acceptance is a powerful way to show love for ourselves and take control of our lives. Choosing to let go of the harmful habit of comparing ourselves to others and instead embracing our own individuality is a powerful and empowering choice. Lesson 18. Less judgment of others, more seeing their light. Judgment can be tempting, making us feel superior and in control of the world's complexities. We often find comfort in categorizing and labeling others as it helps us make sense of their choices and behaviors. This allows us to neatly compartmentalize them into boxes that align with our own preconceived notions and biases. Yet the inclination to pass judgment often arises from a deep-seated fear and insecurity. It is a way for us to conceal our own vulnerabilities and uncertainties by attributing them to others. On the other hand, recognizing the goodness in others encourages us to interact with each person with empathy and a desire to comprehend their distinct viewpoints and life journeys. It requires setting aside our preconceived notions and biases, and instead fostering a mindset of curiosity and empathy. By acknowledging the inner complexities of others, we can truly appreciate the depth of their experiences and understand the common thread that unites us all, regardless of our outward disparities. In addition, recognizing the positive qualities in others can have a profound impact on our relationships, allowing for stronger and more meaningful connections. When we approach others with a mindset of empathy and openness, we foster an environment where people feel comfortable being themselves and sharing their thoughts, leading to authentic conversations and meaningful interactions. We gain a deeper understanding of the value and potential that exists within every person, motivating us to support and acknowledge their distinct talents and contributions. In a world that frequently promotes division and perpetuates cycles of judgment, making the choice to recognize the goodness in others is a compassionate and empathetic action. Choosing to reject our own biases and preconceptions, and instead embracing the diverse range of human experiences and perspectives around us is a deliberate choice. Lesson 19. Less multitasking, more focused intention. Multitasking is often seen as an appealing concept, offering the promise of increased efficiency and the feeling of getting more done in a shorter period. We often believe that by multitasking, we can be more productive and keep up with the constant demands of our busy lives. However, constantly switching between tasks and trying to juggle multiple things at once can leave us feeling scattered and unable to fully focus on any one activity. This can lead to lower performance and higher levels of stress and anxiety. On the other hand, adopting a mindset of focused intention encourages us to tackle each task with complete focus and a strong sense of being in the moment. When we focus our mental energy on one thing, we enter a state of flow. This is a state of heightened awareness where we are fully engaged with the task at hand, because the level of challenge matches our skills. By maintaining a clear focus, we can boost our productivity and improve the quality of our work. This, in turn, brings us a deep sense of satisfaction and fulfillment. In addition, the practice of focused intention has significant effects on our mental well-being and cognitive abilities. Training our minds to stay present and resist distractions can enhance our concentration, memory, and cognitive performance. As a result, people may experience enhanced creativity, problem-solving skills, and a greater understanding of the task's intricacies. Amidst the overwhelming amount of information and distractions we encounter daily, making a conscious decision to prioritize our attention is a powerful way to take care of ourselves and gain control over our lives. Choosing to focus on one task at a time and being fully present allows us to excel and find fulfillment. Lesson 20. Less distraction, more rapt attention. Distractions can be quite tempting, offering a brief respite from the pressures of our current responsibilities or the monotony of being bored. We often find ourselves seeking a mental break by briefly checking our phones or mindlessly scrolling through content. However, this can lead to a never-ending cycle of distraction, scattering our attention and reducing our productivity. On the other hand, when we pay close attention, we can fully immerse ourselves in the present moment and appreciate all the details and complexities of the task or experience. When we focus our mental energy on one task, we enter a state of flow. This is a state of heightened awareness, where our abilities and the challenge at hand are perfectly matched, enabling us to fully immerse ourselves in the process of creating, solving problems, or engaging in deep thinking. Being fully engaged in our tasks not only boosts our efficiency and the caliber of our output, but also fosters a deep sense of contentment and accomplishment. When we completely focus on the task, our cognitive abilities reach their maximum potential. This allows us to access our creativity, concentration, and insight, which are usually difficult to achieve due to constant distractions. In addition, paying close attention has significant effects on our mental health and overall well-being. Being completely present and engaged allows us to feel a stronger connection to ourselves, others, and the world. We develop a greater understanding of our thoughts, emotions, and surroundings, which helps us become more aware and appreciative of the present moment. Amidst the overwhelming amount of information and distractions that surround us, making a conscious effort to focus and give our undivided attention is a powerful way to take care of ourselves and assert our personal power. Choosing to avoid distractions and focus on the present moment can help us fully engage with our tasks and reach our full potential in terms of excellence, creativity, and overall well-being. Lesson 21. Less reckless consumption, more conscious creation. The temptation of reckless consumption is alluring, offering a brief moment of happiness and satisfaction by acquiring newest gadgets, trends, or experiences. We are constantly bombarded with messages. We are constantly bombarded with messages that tell us happiness can be found through acquiring more and constantly seeking stimulation. These messages try to convince us that the key to contentment lies in accumulating material possessions. Yet our constant need for more and more often leaves us feeling unsatisfied and trapped in a never-ending cycle of desire. On the other hand, conscious creation encourages us to redirect our attention from thoughtless consumption to the purposeful process of creating something fresh and significant. Through various forms of expression, craftsmanship, and the development of ideas and innovations, conscious creation enables us to access our natural human ability for creativity and problem-solving. Engaging in the act of creation allows us to actively shape our reality rather than just passively consuming it. We welcome the challenges and uncertainties that accompany the creative process, constantly pushing ourselves to expand our knowledge, learn, and acquire new skills. This process not only produces concrete results, but also fosters a deep sense of satisfaction, achievement, and personal development. In addition, conscious creation helps us develop a stronger bond with ourselves, our communities, and the environment. Embracing sustainable and ethical practices allows us to create in harmony with the environment, reducing our ecological footprint and contributing to a more sustainable future. In addition, when we share our creations and work together on projects, we build strong connections and create a sense of purpose and achievement as a group. Amidst a society that often values thoughtless consumption and immediate satisfaction, opting for mindful creation is a powerful way to rebel and empower oneself. Choosing to avoid mindless consumption and instead finding fulfillment in creating something meaningful is a deliberate choice. Lesson 22. Less haste, more mindful appreciation. The appeal of speed is undeniable, offering us efficiency, productivity, and the false sense of control over our ever-growing to-do lists. We often believe that staying constantly busy and feeling a sense of urgency is essential for achieving success and keeping up with the demands of our fast-paced lives. Unfortunately, the constant need for speed often leads to negative consequences. It can cause us to lose touch with the present, engage with the world in a shallow way, and miss out on fully appreciating the beauty and depth of life. On the other hand, practicing mindful appreciation encourages us to take our time and fully engage with the present moment. This helps us develop a greater awareness and appreciation for the small joys and meaningful moments that make up our daily lives. By embracing each moment with mindful presence, we can truly appreciate the small details that often escape our attention in the busyness of everyday life. These details include the delicate patterns of a spider's web, the comforting embrace of a loved one, or the beautiful melodies of a bird's song. This practice of mindful appreciation enhances our sensory experiences and fosters a deep sense of gratitude and connection. When we appreciate the beauty and wonder around us, we are reminded of how everything is connected and our role in the bigger picture of life. This feeling of wonder and respect can inspire us to truly value the present moment and fully embrace the preciousness of life. In addition, adopting a mindset of mindful appreciation has significant effects on our mental and emotional well-being. When we take the time to slow down and be present, we can find inner peace and calmness. This helps us reduce stress and anxiety that come with a fast-paced lifestyle. Developing a sense of presence and mindfulness can have a positive impact on our well-being, helping us become more resilient and emotionally intelligent. In a fast-paced world that values constant movement, opting for mindful appreciation can be seen as a powerful act of self-care and personal empowerment. Choosing to slow down and appreciate the present moment allows us to fully enjoy the beauty and wonder around us. Lesson 23. Less holding grudges, more sweet forgiveness. Holding grudges can be tempting because it gives us a feeling of self-righteousness and the illusion of safeguarding ourselves from future harm. We often deceive ourselves into thinking that holding on to these grievances will protect us from more pain, without realizing that these grudges actually burden us, sapping our energy and distorting our view of things. On the other hand, forgiveness allows us to let go of resentment and bitterness, freeing ourselves from the emotional prisons we've created. Forgiveness is a powerful act that involves releasing the anger and hurt caused by others. It creates room for healing and personal growth. Understanding forgiveness is a process that requires ongoing effort, bravery, empathy, and a recognition of our common humanity. Understanding that everyone, including those who have hurt us, is flawed and dealing with their own fears and insecurities allows us to develop empathy and compassion. This paves the way for healing and repairing damaged relationships. In addition, the act of forgiveness has significant effects on our mental and emotional health. By letting go of grudges and resentment, we free ourselves from the heavy burden that weighs on our hearts. This creates room for happiness, appreciation, and a stronger bond with ourselves and the people in our lives. This feeling of inner peace and tranquility has the power to spread, creating more positive and nurturing connections and ultimately contributing to a world that is more harmonious and compassionate. Choosing forgiveness is a powerful act of self-love and healing. In a world that often promotes holding on to grievances and seeking retribution, choosing to let go of anger and bitterness and embracing compassion and understanding is a deliberate choice. Therefore, we should make a deliberate decision to release the resentments that burden us and be receptive to the profound impact of forgiveness. Let's tackle every conflict and hurt with a mindset of understanding, healing, and restoring the bonds that unite us. Finding liberation, inner peace, and a more harmonious and fulfilling existence is possible through the act of forgiveness. Lesson 24. Less pursuing more feeling life's richness. Many people are drawn to the idea of chasing after more, influenced by societal messages that link success and happiness to acquiring and achieving. We receive constant messages that suggest we require the newest gadgets, the most fashionable clothing, or impressive credentials in order to achieve true fulfillment. Yet our constant desire for approval and material wealth often blinds us to the abundant beauty and richness that exists in every moment. On the other hand, embracing life's richness encourages us to take our time, enjoy the present moment, and value the meaningful experiences that make up our everyday lives. Being fully present and engaged with the world around us allows us to experience a sense of wonder and gratitude. We find immense joy and connection in the simple pleasures of life, the sun's warmth on our face, the laughter with loved ones, and the intricate patterns in nature. These experiences remind us of the invaluable richness that exists beyond the constant pursuit of more. In addition, embracing the richness of life can help us develop a sense of mindfulness and presence, which can have a positive effect on our mental and emotional well-being. When we fully embrace the present moment, we allow ourselves to find stillness and inner peace, which helps to alleviate the stresses and anxieties that often come with a life focused on constantly wanting more. Developing a sense of presence and appreciation can lead to increased resilience, emotional intelligence, and a stronger connection to ourselves and the world. Embracing life's richness and fully experiencing it is a powerful way to take care of yourself and empower yourself, especially in a society that often values accumulation and achievement as the key to happiness. Choosing to let go of the constant desire for more, and instead finding joy and contentment in the present moment is a deliberate choice. Lesson 25. Less chasing status, more inner peace. We are often drawn to the appeal of status, as it offers the promise of being acknowledged, admired, and fitting in with the social structures that shape our existence. Many of us have been taught to believe that achieving specific goals such as wealth, power, or prestige will improve our status and provide the fulfillment we desire. However, always seeking approval from others can often leave us feeling unsatisfied and disconnected from our authentic selves. It can feel like we're stuck in a never-ending cycle of unfulfilled expectations and constantly changing standards. On the other hand, when we cultivate inner peace, we redirect our attention to ourselves and find contentment and self-acceptance that goes beyond external measures of success. By making the decision to focus on our inner well-being instead of chasing after status, we can experience a deep sense of freedom, authenticity, and personal growth. Finding inner peace is not about reaching a specific goal, but rather about cultivating a state of being through mindful practices and a change in perspective. When we embrace gratitude, self-compassion, and the ability to let go of societal expectations, we open up room for a stronger connection with our authentic selves, our values, passions, and individual talents. In addition, developing a sense of inner peace has significant effects on our mental and emotional health. Once we let go of seeking approval from others, we can liberate ourselves from the burden of always trying and the anxiety of not succeeding. Having a sense of inner tranquility can help us manage stress, anxiety, and negative self-talk, making it easier for us to handle life's challenges with resilience and calmness. Lesson 26. Less ego, more love's gentle release. The ego's allure is captivating, offering a sense of security and a deceptive sense of control over our lives and interactions with others. We hold tightly to who we are, what we believe, and what we believe, and what we believe, and what we want, believing that these aspects are crucial to our very being. However, this strong attachment to the ego can sometimes lead to feelings of fear, judgment, and a sense of disconnection from the common humanity that unites us. On the other hand, love's gentle release encourages us to relinquish the urge to assert our egos, demonstrate our value, or protect our stances at any expense. Embracing the power of love allows us to develop empathy and understanding that goes beyond our own limitations. We understand that, despite our differences, We all long for connection, acceptance, and a sense of belonging in the complex web of life. Releasing and embracing love's gentle nature is not a sign of weakness or surrender. Instead, it is a courageous and powerful act. We need to let go of our ego's protective armor and be open to the experiences and perspectives of others. By doing this, we make room for authentic connections where we can openly share our stories and delve into our collective aspirations and anxieties. In addition, the act of expressing love in a gentle manner has significant effects on our mental and emotional health. By releasing the ego's constant desire for validation and control, we can liberate ourselves from the burden of stress, anxiety, and negative self-talk. We are able to navigate life's challenges with resilience, compassion, and a deep appreciation for the beauty that surrounds us. Thanks to this sense of inner peace and acceptance, choosing love's gentle release can be seen as a radical act of self-love and personal growth in a world that often promotes ego and defensiveness. Choosing to let go of the ego's constraints and embracing the transformative potential of love, understanding, and interconnectedness is a deliberate choice. Lesson 27. Less talking, more listening with care. Talking is undeniably appealing, as it gives us a sense of control and the illusion of being heard and understood. We often find ourselves filling the silence with our words, sharing our stories and perspectives, hoping that by speaking, we can connect with others. Nevertheless, this inclination to control the conversation frequently results in a shallow interaction where genuine comprehension and empathy remain difficult to achieve. On the other hand, when we listen attentively, we open ourselves up to a mindset of humility and curiosity. By genuinely listening and understanding others' experiences, emotions, and perspectives, we can create meaningful connections. When we put aside our own agendas and preconceptions, we can truly appreciate the richness and complexity of the human experience. This allows us to view the world from different perspectives. Practicing deep listening has multiple benefits, including strengthening relationships, fostering empathy, and cultivating presence and mindfulness. Listening attentively allows us to truly understand others by paying close attention to their tone, body language, and underlying emotions. We develop a heightened awareness of the present moment, allowing for valuable insights and realizations that may have otherwise been overlooked in the midst of our busy lives. In addition, paying close attention while listening can have a significant impact on our personal development and understanding of ourselves. When we genuinely listen to the stories and perspectives of others, it prompts us to confront our own biases, assumptions, and blind spots. We develop a better grasp of the intricacies of the human experience, which helps us become more empathetic and compassionate. Choosing to listen with care is a powerful way to foster humility and connection in a world that often values assertiveness and the constant need to be heard. Choosing to step away from the limelight and embrace the valuable wisdom and insights shared by others is a deliberate choice. Lesson 28. Less mindless habits, more presence. Mindless habits have a certain appeal. They provide a sense of familiarity and comfort, allowing us to take a break from constantly making conscious decisions. We often justify these habits as harmless, just things that make our lives easier and give us more mental capacity for important matters. Nevertheless, depending too much on autopilot frequently results in a lack of connection, causing us to miss out on fully experiencing the present moment and the beauty that surrounds us. On the other hand, embracing presence encourages us to awaken from our state of mindlessness and fully engage with the present moment. Being fully present allows us to notice and appreciate the small details in our surroundings, like the gentle touch of the sun on our skin, the beautiful patterns in nature, or the genuine emotions conveyed through a loved one's smile. We clear away the things that distract us and occupy our minds, so that we can fully appreciate and enjoy each moment as it happens. Practicing presence can enrich our sensory experiences and help us develop a stronger sense of self-awareness and personal growth. When we actively focus on the present moment, we can better understand how our thoughts, emotions, and beliefs influence our perception of reality. We can become more self-aware, which helps us make choices that reflect our values and goals. This allows us to live more authentically and purposefully. In addition, the concept of embracing presence has significant effects on our mental and emotional well-being. By fully immersing ourselves in the present moment, we can cultivate mindfulness and gratitude, which helps alleviate the stresses and anxieties that often come with living on autopilot. This feeling of being present can enhance our overall ability to handle life's difficulties with more calmness and elegance. In a world that frequently promotes thoughtless consumption and detachment, opting for mindfulness is a powerful way to take care of oneself and gain personal strength. Choosing to break free from mindless habits and fully embrace the richness and wonder of each moment is a deliberate decision. Therefore, we should make a deliberate effort to foster mindfulness in our daily lives. Let's approach every task, interaction, and experience with a sense of purpose and awareness, appreciating the beauty and intricacy that surrounds us. In this state of presence, we can unlock the joy, self-awareness, and deep connection that are essential for a fulfilling and meaningful existence. Lesson 29. Less chasing pleasure, more lasting joy. Pleasure has a way of captivating us, offering an enticing break from the ordinary. We often engage in unnecessary spending, spend hours watching mindless entertainment, or pursue experiences that offer only temporary excitement or satisfaction. These pleasures provide a temporary escape from the burdens and obligations that weigh us down, but the happiness they bring is often brief, leaving us wanting more and more to fill the emptiness inside. On the other hand, long-lasting happiness comes from a profound sense of satisfaction and connection, a state of being that goes beyond temporary ups and downs of mere enjoyment. When we cultivate lasting joy, we tap into a source of contentment that arises from living in harmony with our values, nurturing our relationships, and finding purpose in our pursuits. It is a state of being that does not depend on external factors or possessions, but instead comes from within and spreads to every part of our lives, making them feel meaningful and fulfilling. Developing long-lasting happiness necessitates a deliberate change in viewpoint, and a readiness to embrace the process of exploring oneself and growing personally. It encompasses delving into our interests, building meaningful relationships with others, and participating in activities that feed our spirits and contribute to a larger purpose. When we live in accordance with our core values and dreams, we cultivate a genuine sense of purpose that goes beyond temporary enjoyment. In addition, experiencing long-lasting happiness has significant effects on our mental and emotional health. When we have a strong sense of contentment and fulfillment, we become more resilient when faced with life's challenges. We are better prepared to handle setbacks and disappointments with grace and calmness. This sense of inner joy serves as a guiding light, helping us navigate the challenges of life and reminding us of the beauty and significance that can be found in every moment. In a world that often promotes the pursuit of temporary pleasures and immediate satisfaction, Opting to nurture enduring happiness is a revolutionary form of self-care and personal empowerment. Choosing to reject the pursuit of fleeting pleasures and instead embracing a path of lasting fulfillment, purpose, and genuine connection is a deliberate choice. Lesson 30. Less trivial pursuits, more what can't, Chloe. Trivial pursuits have a way of seducing us, providing a much-needed break from the challenges and intricacies of everyday life. We often find ourselves engaging in mindless scrolling, binge watching, and impulse purchases, thinking that these temporary distractions will provide us with a break from the burdens and obligations that we carry. However, constantly chasing after insignificant things often leaves us feeling empty and unsatisfied, stuck in a repetitive pattern of temporary joys that ultimately do not fulfill us on a deeper level. On the other hand, when we embrace things that don't become tiresome, it encourages us to pursue activities and experiences that go beyond the surface and connect with our true selves. It requires fostering a sense of curiosity and awe, exploring our interests and abilities, and participating in activities that push us to develop, acquire knowledge, and broaden our perspectives. Exploring literature, art, and new disciplines, as well as embarking on journeys of self-discovery, can bring lasting fulfillment that transcends time and trends. In addition, embracing things that bring lasting satisfaction helps us develop a stronger bond with ourselves, with others, and with the world we live in. When we participate in activities that feed our spirits and ignite our interests, we access a source of genuine meaning and purpose that goes beyond the temporary joys of the insignificant. We develop a greater understanding of our experiences, a heightened openness to the viewpoints and narratives of others, and a deeper sense of awe for the beauty and enigmas of the world around us. Amidst a society that values quick fixes and shallow distractions, making the choice to embrace what truly satisfies is a powerful way to take care of ourselves and find personal strength. Choosing to disregard shallow temptations and instead focus on building a meaningful and fulfilling life is a deliberate choice. Lesson 31. Less chasing others' approval or fame, more boldly walking your own sacred flame. Many of us are drawn to the appeal of seeking approval and fame from others, as it promises a feeling of belonging and validation that we often desire. We often find ourselves conforming to societal expectations, trying to fit into the mold of what is considered acceptable or desirable. We also tend to chase after accolades and recognition, believing that these external markers of success will bring us fulfillment. Yet this constant pursuit frequently leaves us feeling disconnected from our true selves, stuck in a cycle of ceaseless striving and eternal discontent. On the other hand, confidently embracing your own inner fire encourages you to accept and appreciate the special talents, interests, and value that you possess. It requires letting go of the desire for approval from others and instead developing a strong sense of self-love, acceptance, and self-love. Embracing your true self without apology unlocks a deep well of inner strength, courage, and resilience that goes beyond the temporary nature of fame and the judgments of others. By confidently embracing your unique inner fire, you open up room for authentic self-expression, creativity, and personal development. Embrace the freedom to pursue your passions and talents without worrying about criticism or rejection, unlocking the limitless potential that resides within you. Embracing your true self not only brings fulfillment to your own life, but also has a positive impact on the world as you share your special talents and viewpoints with others. In addition, when you embrace your sacred flame, it helps you find a deep sense of purpose and meaning. Aligning your actions with your deepest values and aspirations unlocks a wellspring of motivation and fulfillment that goes beyond the temporary satisfaction of seeking external validation. This sense of purpose serves as a clear guide, lighting up your path and offering a stable anchor in the face of life's difficulties and uncertainties. Choosing to confidently embrace your own unique path in a world that often values conformity and external validation is a powerful expression of self-acceptance and personal growth. Choosing to disregard the need for approval from others and instead embracing your true self is a deliberate choice. Final lesson: Zen essence. As we reach the conclusion of this exploration of Zen essence, we are reminded that the true heart of this ancient wisdom is found not just in the words written here, but in the actual practice of being present, embracing simplicity and living mindfully. The lessons and insights shared in this book provide clear guidance, shedding light on how to achieve a more balanced, fulfilling, and present life. However, by consistently practicing and fully embracing these principles, we can tap into the profound potential of Zen. Keep in mind that the path to Zen essence is not about reaching a specific goal, but rather about embracing a continuous process of being present and releasing attachments. It's a journey that demands patience, compassion, and a readiness to accept the ever-changing nature of everything. This book is a gentle reminder to take deep breaths, release attachments, and fully appreciate the present moment. In these moments of presence and mindfulness, we can tap into the essence of a life well lived, infused with the timeless wisdom of Zen.